Hi there, Cryptopeeps. Hope you're doing well. Today's date is 6th of July 2022, and I'm looking at the price today, and Bitcoin is just over $20,000 in change. So it's been going up and down between 19 and 20k for the last few weeks now. So let's get straight to the news this week. And bear with me in the news this week because there's a lot of negativity, but I think you'll feel that it's just shaking out all the bad stuff that's in the industry, and hopefully in the end, we'll be better for it. As I said many times in the past, I believe that what we're going through right now is the growing pains, just like the dot-com industry went through in the early 2000s, where a lot of the people that were investing in it got shook out. A lot of people lost money along the way, but we got rid of a lot of the draft that didn't work, and we ended up with the internet being a much better place. This is what's happening now with cryptos, and this is reflected in the news, and we're going to see a lot more of this, so be aware of this over the next few coming months. So the first piece of news here on CoinDesk is CoinLoan is the latest to limit user withdrawals. It says Estonia-based crypto lending company CoinLoan will limit withdrawals to $5,000 in a 24-hour period to stave off a run on its funds, according to an announcement published on the company's blog Monday. The announcement claims CoinLoan is possibly the only company unaffected by the collapse of Terra ecosystems and crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, amongst others. Nevertheless, the company finds itself joining a number of other crypto lenders such as BlockFi and Vold in freezing or limiting user transactions and withdrawals. CoinLoan describes the new limits as provisional and says it looks forward to lifting them as market conditions allow. With all these news, I'm only reading the little news bites, little news segments. The links are down below. Please follow the links for more information. Knowledge is power nowadays. Then moving on here, there's another one here, and this is on TechCrunch. Crypto broker Voyager Digital files for bankruptcy. Voyager Digital, a high-profile crypto broker, has filed for bankruptcy, citing market volatility and the surprising collapse of Three Arrows Capital, just weeks after it suspended withdrawals, trading and deposits on its platform. The US headquartered firm and its two affiliates said in a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing that it had between $1 billion and $10 billion in assets and over 100,000 creditors. Voyager Digital owed $75 million to Sam Bankman-Fried's Alameda Research, which recently threw the broker a lifeline of $485 million and about $960,000 to Google. Voyager did not name other firms to whom it owns money. Again, there's lots more news on detail on this below if you want to look at that. As I said, there's a lot of these happening. It's shaking out a lot of these companies at the moment. So bear with it. You're going to see a lot more of this in the news, believe me. CoinDesk here, and this is another one. Ethereum DeFi service Porter Finance shutters bond platform, citing a lack of lending demand. And this is on CoinDesk here. Ethereum-based credit platform Porter Finance closed its bond insurance platform, citing a lack of lending demand from the decentralized finance or DeFi ecosystem. The service enabled decentralized autonomous organizations or DAOs to issue bonds as a means of raising funds in return for paying yields to users. These bonds provided a flexible long-term credit option that offered advantages over loans for the protocols. However, in Wednesday's note, Porter said it was not confident that there would be large inflows of lending demand for fixed-income DeFi products, such as those offered on its platform. This was primarily due to the competitiveness of rates offered in traditional finance and the lack of institutional fixed-income DeFi adoption over the past year. Again, with that, there's more information there if that one interests you. So that's 3 of them being shook out at the moment. Some positive news though, Avalanche, and this is on Cryptopolitan News here, Avalanche price analysis, AVAX spikes to $18.74 after a bullish trend. Avalanche price analysis reveals a relatively bullish market sentiment in the near term. The digital asset has surged by over 6% in 24 hours and is trading at around about $18.74 at the press time. The digital asset is facing imminent resistance at the 1884 level. However, a strong bullish momentum could see the digital asset surge past this level and soon target the $20 level. On the downside, key support levels for AVAX prices have been at 1673, and a break below this level could see the digital asset retrace lower towards the $15 mark. Goes on here to say, the daily price chart for Avalanche price analysis reveals a strong bullish trend in the market. The 24-hour trading volume for the digital asset has surged by over 71%, and it's currently trading at $642 million. The market cap of the digital asset has also surged by around about 6% and is currently trading at $5.28 billion. There's some charts there for you to have a look at that. It also goes on to say the RSI indicator on the chart clearly reveals a bullish trend as it surges past 50 levels and is currently trading at 62. The MACD indicator is also in the bullish territory as the signal line crosses above the histogram. The upper Bollinger Band is seen at $20 and the lower Bollinger Band is seen at $15.97. Again, there's more information on this one if you're a holder or if you're interested in Avalanche and AVAX. Now, this isn't exactly crypto news, but I thought I'd put this in here anyway because it has a slight crypto element to it, but it just goes to show some of the big things that are going on in the world right now. This is on Al Jazeera, and it says hackers offer data on 1 billion Chinese after an alleged hack. Experts say the alleged hack from Shanghai police database could be amongst the largest data breaches in history. Hackers claim to have obtained a trove of data on 1 billion Chinese from a Shanghai police database in a leak that, if confirmed, could be one of the largest data breaches in history. In a post on the online hacking forum Breach Forums last week, someone using the handle China Dan offered to sell nearly 24 terabytes of data, including what they claim was information on 1 billion people and several billion case records. And they wanted to sell this for 10 bitcoins, worth about $200,000. The data purportedly includes information from the Shanghai National Police Database, including names, addresses, national identification numbers, and mobile phone numbers, as well as case details. A sample of data seen by the Associated Press agency listed names, birth dates, ages, and mobile numbers. One person was listed as having been born in 2020, with their age listed as 1, suggesting that the information on minors was included in the data obtained in the breach. Again, there's more information on that one if that one interests you. It's just to show you out there, there's a tangible connection to Bitcoin and crypto, because that's what they're asking. But, just to see the big data hacks that's going on, 1 billion people with their information out there being sold for a little amount of $200,000. So on the Profit website here, US state Shelve plans to accept Bitcoin tax payments amid the crypto crash. 2 states are steaming ahead with the programs that will permit taxes to be paid in cryptocurrency. But the idea has been shelved almost everywhere else in the wake of the digital crash that has erased hundreds of billions worth of dollars of digital assets. Revenue departments in Colorado and Utah are implementing programs to enable businesses and individuals to pay their tax bills with virtual currencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. And they're targeting this implementation in a few months. While half a dozen states have considered following the lead of Colorado and Utah, a chorus of fiscal watchdogs, academics, and crypto skeptics is now warning lawmakers against initiatives that might put treasuries and taxpayers at risk. They go on to say here, anything involving crypto is less appealing in the wake of the massive volatility we've seen over the last month, and frankly the last 6 months. And this was from Lee Reiners, Executive Director of Duke University's Global Financial Market Center. He goes on to say, I don't know if that slows momentum at the state level for payment of taxes, but it doesn't help, and there is no financial benefit to the state to permit it. So that's a negative thing going on there. As you can see, lots of negativity at the moment as things are condensing downwards, but just hold in there. We've seen this before, these patterns go up and down, up and down. So on Bitcoin is here today. Bitcoin saw the largest ever monthly withdrawal from exchanges in June. It said Bitcoin net flow shows that 151,000 Bitcoin exited the exchanges in June. The exchange net position exchange is an indicator that measures the net amount of Bitcoin entering or exiting wallets of all centralized exchanges. The metric's value is simply calculated by subtracting the total outflows from the total inflows. So when the value of the indicator is positive, it means that more inflows right now. Such a trend may be bearish for the price of Bitcoin, as investors usually deposit their coins to exchanges for selling purposes. On the other hand, the negative value on the indicator implies a net amount of coins is exiting exchange wallets right now. There's some charts there and some more details. It goes on to say here, in fact, over the last month, a record 151,000 Bitcoin has flown out the exchange wallets. Just before these highest ever outflows, around 73,000 Bitcoin was also deposited during the lunar crash. The outflows in June during such a bearish period are now pretty contrasting with the May-June 2021 mini bear, where monthly outflows clocked in 150,000 Bitcoin. They said, go on to say, there could be a couple of reasons contributing to this trend. First, the Bitcoin market is moving towards a hodling mindset. And second, the recent events involving a lot of exchanges halting withdrawals on their platforms has led to renewed attention towards self-custody of crypto. Many investors are bound to be taking their coins off exchanges due to this fear and uncertainty right now, which could explain the unusually high outflows. Interesting news there, so keep an eye on that one. On the Mail Online here in the UK, more than 5 million Britons have invested in Bitcoin and crypto, with some sitting on big gains but others on heavy losses. It goes on to say more than 5 million adults in the UK have owned a risky crypto asset, a report has revealed. 1 in 10 people over the age of 18 said they bought a digital currency such as Bitcoin, and a startling rise from the Financial Conduct Authority estimated of 2.3 million last year. Worryingly, the research from HM Revenues and Customs and data from Kantar showed that 55% of those had never sold any of their holdings, meaning many who bought in recent times are likely sitting on heavy losses as the value of crypto has tumbled since autumn. It added that faster than expected interest rate hikes and slower than expected economic growth would leave risky assets such as crypto vulnerable to first sharp adjustments. HRMC's report showed that 76% of crypto asset owners were under the age of 45, and the majority at 69% were male. Just over half current owners at 52% had holdings of up to £1,000, with 7% holding more than £5,000 in crypto. The most mentioned reason for having crypto assets cited by 52% was that they were a fun investment, but a worrying 19% said that crypto assets were a core part of their investment portfolio. Interesting news and stats from the UK. So that's it for the main news here. So what I'm going to do, as I always do now, I'm going to go on to some news items. As I keep telling you guys, there are some fantastic resources for crypto-related news on YouTube. The first one here is from CNBC News, and this is like an 8-minute segment here where they cover lots of subjects. And this one, topic of this one is Bitcoin prices slip, the crypto winter's latest victim, and the hype over Polygon. So have a look at that one. That's very interesting. The next one, which is one you definitely should subscribe to for all the time, it's called Coin Bureau, and this is a great one. Is this the recession? And here's the facts you need to know. So that's really informative. Have a look at that one, especially if you've got some investments like the rest of us. And the third one here, bear with me a second. The third one here is from Jamie Tree, and it's an interview here. It goes on for 12 minutes, really good. And everyone is so wrong about this market, says Kevin O'Leary, and he talks about the latest update on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So have a look at that as well. I think that in this, looking at the state of what's going on in the crypto world right now, this is quite encouraging. Because he details some very interesting news there. So that's 3 good news sources there to have a look at. And, have a look at maybe subscribing to some of those and more on YouTube. There's tons of resources and it's great. So that's it for this week. I hope you're hodling in there and you're faring well. Any comments you have for us, anything you want me to look at in particular, leave down below or get in touch with us on the members forum. Have a great week ahead. Take care out there. Namaste.